Fue desarrollándose la revolución.
At the peak of his popularity, with a majority in Congress, President Chavez was able to designate loyal followers to control the state's chief centers of power. That's why Venezuela has seen a vice president leave his office to become Attorney General. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court granted an ambassadorship. The Speaker of the unicameral Congress becomes a member of cabinet and then foreign minister. Perhaps the most significant example of this practice of rewarding with ever greater power a public official who performs his duty according to the president's desires is the case of the chairman of the National Elections Commission, who several months after presiding over a ballot initiative which, had it passed, would have removed the president from office, was rewarded with none other than the vice presidency. What, one might ask, did he do to deserve the president's confidence? The current ombudsman also has a very close relationship to the president. Just months before being sworn into office, she was an active, vocal member of the president's political party and the official spokeswoman for his re-election campaign. A year before the bloody events of April 2002, the president had already designated the media as, quote, enemies of the revolution.
Yo un día de esto voy a agarrar una imagen del señor Rabel para que todos lo conozcan, porque levanten la mano quienes lo conocen aquí. Nadie lo conoce, entonces a lo mejor él anda por ahí, bueno, y a lo mejor dice, mire, yo estoy con Chávez, a lo mejor ustedes le creen. Entonces hay que identificar los enemigos de la revolución.
Since then, we've fully documented the repeated acts of aggression towards reporters, the destruction of equipment and facilities belonging to the media, the measures taken to prevent the media from covering official events, and the systematic denial of access to official sources of information.
A nosotros nos llegó la invitación al medio.
We've filed lawsuits on all these violations of the law, none of which have ever gone to court. All this takes place against a backdrop of injunctions which are never respected, such as the Inter-American Court of Human Rights decree, which by treaty law must be obeyed, ordering the Venezuelan government to investigate the facts and identify those responsible for breaking the law within a reasonable time. In Venezuela, the constitutionally enshrined right to private property is also under attack.
Propiedad privada que no se subordine al proyecto socialista y al interés nacional está condenada a desaparecer progresivamente. Que lo sepan, pues.
NGOs and media outlets which produce television spots in defense of private property, a campaign which is perfectly consistent with the right to freedom of speech as defined by our Constitution, are being subjected to government harassment. More significantly, public policies are being implemented which completely contradict the will of the people, as expressed in a referendum 2 years ago, where the voters rejected the government's push to make Venezuela a socialist country with a de facto lifetime president. Or, as the recent case of Caracas Mayor Antonio Ledesma illustrates, the president is now unilaterally designating individuals to replace publicly elected officials, in defiance of the will of the voters. Venezuelans are being discriminated in the workplace and elsewhere on the basis of their political beliefs, despite the fact that this is in clear violation of the Constitution. The Attorney General of a country which has been described in a World Bank report as being one of the most corrupt in the world has established as her highest priority the passage of legislation which criminalizes the activities of senior employees and directors of media outlets. Where's the rule of law in all of this? See for yourself how justice works in our country. The following scenes occurred recently during a press conference.
A la Presidenta del Tribunal Supremo de Justicia, quería consultarle su opinión con relación a un conversatorio que se realizó el día de ayer con juristas constitucionalistas en la Universidad Central de Venezuela.
The woman asking the question is a reporter for one of the main newspapers, and the woman answering is the Chief Justice of Venezuela's Supreme Court.
Es peligroso meterse conmigo, ¿sabes? Porque yo también soy como el espinito que en la sabana florea. Ustedes todavía no me conocen, pero bueno, revisen para que vean que soy como el espinito que en la sabana florea.